Good morning, everyone. It is Allison here with another garden tour. It is Friday, June 19th, 2020, and we have had a lot of rain in the last week, some colder temperatures, but it's supposed to warm up for the next couple weeks, and a lot has changed since the last time I have taken you to the garden, so let's go check it out. Alright, so the first change is not the greatest. We had a little visitor in this garden the other day. You can see we have some what looks like rabbit damage to me in the spinach. They ate some of the beans back there. There's one more bean left there. Ate most of the kohlrabi, and then I had already harvested all of this bok choy here. So hopefully, so there's no big deal there. I planted some beets there the other day, but this bed is looking a little bit damaged. And I have my trusty cat here to protect me from rabbit damage in the future. So that's kind of the first big loss of the season, but I'm hoping this bed should recover. And then back here, I do have some asparagus coming up, which is exciting. I don't see any of them right now. They're a little bit camouflaged. Oh, there's one. It's really hard to see. Where is it? Oh, there's a big worm. Did you see that giant worm? Where is it? Asparagus is hiding. Oh, it's right there. And then there's another one down there. It's really hard to see, but it's there. All right, so this area with the squash, zucchini, and melons is doing great. These cabbages, I think I might fertilize them. It's kind of an experiment to grow them in a pot. You can see I've taken some of the leaves off because they were getting pretty discolored. So I'm taking that as a sign that maybe they need some fertilization. So that's what I'll do with that. My asparagus is doing well. You can see all along there, all 5 crowns came up, which is cool. Those we won't harvest for 2 years. And then I planted some okra here. That is kind of a gamble. It likes a lot hotter climate, but hopefully with the black plastic and covering it at night, it should do just fine. And then there's another one back there. This was another plant casualty. We had a neighbor dog chase our cat, and I think one of them ripped this right out of the ground. So this was a melon, but I have 4 more plants. I planted some seeds in here and then it poured. So we'll see. I don't know if those rotted in there or if they will germinate with our warmer temperatures, but we will see. This is our comfrey, one of my comfrey plants. It's great having it right here because the bees have been loving it, and it's right next to all of these squash. So when they finally fruit, the pollinators will be right here. So hopefully we'll get some good pollination. And then the apple tree is doing great. I saw some bird visitors here yesterday, which was kind of exciting. All right, so the peas, I have to step back to show you all the peas. They're doing great. They're doing exactly what I hoped they would do, kind of filling in this area with the raspberries this year. I'm definitely not going to be able to do this next year. These raspberries are getting really established, but the peas are flowering. I'm sure there's some peas in there somewhere. These flowered a couple days ago, so we will have peas very, very soon. It's awesome. The sunflowers are happy, getting tall. And moving on to the garlic. I have been pulling scapes. You can see this is when the scapes are kind of almost to this point. it's good to pull them to have the garlic focus on the bulb, the energy in the bulb, instead of growing the scapes, because this will grow into a flower. So I've been harvesting those as they're ready, which has been really tasty and awesome. And these ground cherries, I'm really starting to notice, are starting to spread out. They're getting a lot bigger. I have one here, and then two more down there. And they've got lots of little cute little fruits on them, which is really fun. I've never grown these before, so that's pretty exciting. And the peppers, I have peppers kind of all dispersed out as well. They are not super happy. I mean, they're doing fine. Like, they're definitely healthy. They're just cold. So hopefully the next couple weeks of warmer weather will be nice for them. This romaine took so long, and it's kind of fighting with this tomato now, so I'm trying to get it, or I pulled some of it out, but yeah, giving this tomato some space, and I'm just hesitant to pull it out because I haven't harvested a lot of it yet. But yeah. And then the tomatoes are starting to fruit, and they are starting to kind of climb up this trellis a little bit more. And this one, this purple Russian I showed last time, is my tallest tomato. It's definitely not my like tomato with the most foliage, but it's loving growing up this trellis. So still been harvesting off the kale. That should be going all summer. There's some more peppers in there. Another ground cherry. This, oh look, it's a little ladybug. These sunflowers are so close. This one, you can see there's like almost a little bit of yellow in there. You can see, which is pretty exciting. And then down here we have another ground cherry, more garlic, and then back there is my eggplant that's a little bit damaged from flea beetles. But I'll probably try to spray those tonight. We just had so much rain that it hasn't worth spraying them. So carrots, I love running my hands through carrots. I don't know why, but they are loving life. These yellow pear tomatoes are some of the healthiest tomatoes in the garden. They're just really robust, lots of fruit on them. Yeah, just doing really well. And then here's another one, just super strong. I'm letting this sucker go so that I can have two vines along this trellis, because I'll have some space here. So that'll be kind of an interesting comparison between these two to see how long it takes for them to put on fruit. And I have little tomatoes, which is super exciting. That's always really fun to see little fruits. And you can tell that they're pear tomatoes just by the shape they are, even as little babies. Still have lots of fruit on my shishito peppers. So those will take another few weeks, but they're still looking great. And less damage on these eggplant, although there's some. This isn't damage, this is just radish petals. I've been eating some of these pods, which are spicy but delicious. This melon is definitely not growing as fast as the one under black plastic, but it's still doing well. And then this one back here is still chugging along as well. Hopefully we can get some warmer days so that guy can make it to this trellis up here. The lettuce is still great. I have been super happy with this lettuce. This is the red sales lettuce. I'm hoping that it just kind of stays like this all summer. It says it's heat tolerant, so we don't get super hot here in Montana, so hopefully it'll do well. Another tomato back here behind my bolting cilantro. More kind of struggling peppers that are just kind of tolerating, excuse me, being in the garden. And then more kale that I have been eating off of pretty much daily, and it's still producing like crazy. More bolted cilantro. This New Zealand spinach is starting to look bigger. And then I planted some Malabar spinach right there. That stuff will hopefully climb up. So we'll see if that works. I've never grown that or eaten it before. More tomatoes. This is a Brad's Atomic Grape, as well as that one back there. That one you can see has 2 stems. Oh no, this is a chocolate pear actually. My mistake. And it also has 2 stems. So I'm doing most of my cherries to 1 or 2 stems of pruning. This salvia plant is huge, as usual. It's covered in bees during the day, which is great. There's a little sunflower here hanging out, but yeah, the bees love this. And there's tomato blossoms somewhere, oh, right here, right next to it. So this tomato should be really happy. Tomatoes don't need pollination from bees, they're self-pollinating, but the bees getting in there just helps the fruit set better. So these currant bushes, I had them kind of pulled out away from this trellis, but then we got so much rain, they got super weighed down. So I'm just kind of letting this one go. I didn't want to damage the bush too bad. And then, you know, whoever survives in this bean area will, you know, whoever makes it will have a couple bean plants, and that'll be great. So I wasn't really focusing on beans this year, so any beans that we get will just be kind of a bonus. And then there's another little melon down there, another tomato, and then yeah, these just like are super spread out now from the rain, so they're not as compact as they were. And it's probably also because they're like the fruit. I'm guessing the fruit got kind of heavy from having all the water in it. So yeah, but there are some beans behind there, so we'll see if they survive. My bare root rhubarb is coming up, which is cool. I have another one over there that's coming up as well. This one sent out a whole bunch of new growth after all the rain we had, which is great to see. And then I have some strawberries that are setting off runners. I'm kind of like moving these around to make sure that they're going where I want them to. And then look at all the strawberries. I know it's not that many, but it's still pretty exciting. So the sunflowers along these edges are doing great. And our last little section is coming along. This echinacea is getting really close to flowering. And then this dill that I sowed, there's only a couple that are coming up, but better than none. And then you can see that rhubarb back there is coming up. And then I still have chive blossoms in 3 places. And then this is another currant bush that has a lot of fruit on it, but it's not growing as fast as these other ones. These ones just get a lot of sun. So this pepper is a Scotch bonnet. It's doing better than the ones in the ground, which is not surprising. And then this mint was totally flooded in the rain, which was weird. And then here's my Brad's Atomic Grape tomato. Alright, so my last little area is the herbs. This holy basil is loving life. This catnip, we have a new label because our cat sits on it so much. All the cilantro is going to seed, but I sowed some flowers and they're starting to come up. And then This parsley is sharing a pot with some flowers, and then these nasturtiums are doing really well. So that is the garden, June 19th, 2020, and looking forward to some more growth in the next few weeks.